In a circle of girls, her girls, who posed for her, filthy and moaning, naked on their knees with their hands behind their backs. I hope you don't mind my love, she says. The sky's ash, the grass too, the flowers, her teeth and her tongue. Oh, I don't mind, I say. I don't mind at all. Prayers ought to be castrated. Stand in the corner and taste my piss. Huge and silver condos vomiting. Stiff, gorgeous, pregnant, ablaze. Splintering back into my pale veins. Like angels with long red hair. And now some lined up ghosts. Behind each a soldier. SS, of course. With a gun in his cold white hands. And they've kneeled them down now. Heads arched forward, shadows twisting into each other, grinding, starved and blue, crawled up out of a pit, whining and trembling, and they've fired up through their heads, brains splattered all over the pavement. That's how we're fed. She borrows a knife, circumcises her son, and walking away, throws him high up over her shoulder. Want to know about miracles, or the triumph of the human spirit? I found her. A rabbit's foot's clutched in my heart like worms and shit, and ground her down into the finest dust, a body soaring up through the clouds, the moon raising a finger to his lips. We nibbled and gnawed and mounted each other in cold, blind light. Stars and cockroaches gathered around us, millions of them untying and lacing, bones and pulp sucked in a shower of kisses carved in my heart, my cock in marble, swirling, monstrous, galaxies lying in wait. An old woman, no, look closely and see, she's just a child, bends over to pick at a small gray flower. This might be happening inside a star, or the shadow of a tank topped with a soldier. And look, he's floating on down. And look, he's reaching for her. And look, I've thrown up all over them. Marble tequila rotted flapping in the wind in its green-pink seizures. The soldier on the tank there, I kind of took that image from Roberto Benigni's The Great Holocaust movie, Life is Beautiful. And then the poem about the ghosts and their brains being blown out and eaten, that's kind of a reduction of a Tadeusz Borowski short story called Supper Time, which comes from his book This Way for the Gas, Ladies and Gentlemen. I also wrote We Were in Auschwitz with a couple other guys. Deformed with light and slick with milk, suicide's cunning, tragic, and warm. A baby or a dog, it leaps up at you and licks at your face. Its face is scarred, teeth broken, and bruises like sunshine all down its back. You hold it up again and again and slice its throat. You did up my hair, holding it tight like I liked, and even tighter as I cried out suddenly, glancing over at a fetus in a jar, as though it could save me, crawl back into me and fill me with milk. Children, hands locked, dancing all round my gleaming body. You painted me and jeweled me, posed me in bed, dead, but reaching up still, lips parted slightly, shining blue. Under the moon's tightening wrists, leaning down to pet your dog, you looked up at me and shot the dog in its face. We fucked, and we fucked again. And when I came to, you were sucking me off, like my brain slow and aching. A rat's in a maze. It stops, grows, and it is the maze. Future stopped, coins, chips, and rippling cash, all bone white. Disappearing in a field of poppies, eternities torn with sunsets, beautiful and charming, rushing all over us, pulled up through her bruises, mussing her curls, peeling the hooks from her back, a goddess delivered, jerked under, ribs buckled, a white yacht. And the sun goes red, and the sun goes green, dolphins moaning in gangrene, waves heavy as tetanus, and we're led through the twinkling beads, sat down, jerked off and done with. You can take it, she growls, or leave it, climbed up from the sea, melancholic and hot, clawed away in twilight, the moon's jaw, blue and darkening. I'm dead, but alive, and we're in kind of a 69 position, to heal me, the side of your head against my cold black panties. Please be careful, you tell me, please. and it feels like we're kissing, and it feels like we're making love. A woman dead in childbirth, tiny bones resting still between her legs. All right, as you might have noticed, my poems are there's a lot of sex, death, violence, religion in them. My book, like 5, 6 years before that, Holy Land, also had a lot of those same elements, but it was a much more healthy sort of version of that. No, seriously, just the way it's written, the tone, the feel. And when I was writing the Moose Jaw, which took me quite a while, I didn't look at my old book at all because I didn't want to have any interference from here, where there's a lot of sweet, sort of tender love poetry in here as well as the violence and whatnot. So I'll read some poems from here as a contrast to the other ones. I've got 6 turtles. I've also got 6 lovebirds, 2 green, 2 blue, and 2 multicolored. A hawk swoops down and attacks them. They're all okay, but understandably damn shook up. Last night I dreamed 2 were dead. I took their heads and necks into my mouth and breathed gently. I'm supposed to find a rock and place it on your tombstone. The sun's an angel's mouth covered in sweat. I'm slumped in the shower, marble glinting like chimes made of bone. The first time we made love, I came on your chest and rubbed it in. Pain, someone told me, turns to rain. My heart's filled with grass, clouds, and children crying. There's a child in a ditch by the side of the road. She's the source of every drop of blood. Shadows, knives, machetes, angels sharpening the horns of beasts you'll never see. Over the long, dazzling fields they come, one small piece of time, chained to the next, howling and deep. They stomp and they spit, you belong to them. Returning with groceries, she finds them waiting on her step. Please sit down, they tell her. No, I'm fine, you sit down. They look at her kindly. It's about your son, please. Close to the north coast of Brazil, there's a town, Esperantina, that celebrates the 9th of May as Orgasm Day. Graves are torn up, people spit, and she thinks she is dying. The music hard and huge and spacey too. A preacher in a church surrounded by glaring rhododendrons and red horned-up salmon. Out in the bay, the yachts all tack, hoisting up their masts. Over the sea, nailed in a box, her baby on his way. I am the truth, road and love, and who follows me will not die. Sometimes after sex I can see myself, 5 or 6, walking down into our orchard where for hours I'd watch the pigeons circling. Each time their wings flashed, I felt like I was flying. Lying next to each other after we made love, she told me about the operation and how the blood flowed weakly through her body. Her eyes lit up as though she was remembering a boy who died at war, and I saw you, my brother, in bed surrounded by colored birds chirping. All right, so that's enough from here, and I'll read just a few more from my other book. All right, these ones, I guess, are the sort of represent a sort of culmination / resolution of the sexual and religious decadence that's kind of built up within the book. Egrets clamp down on us with their necks between your breasts and their beaks in my mouth, and then slump forward, cold, red, and white, like cathedral meat. A child's fingering a hole around us so big it's fired through the sun, the universe, our souls. Horses hooked through the neck, terrified, gaunt, and blood-eyed, trickling back down into our wasted bodies. Bursts of laughter, gored and gashed, screaming flapped up through our bones. A rabbi unrolls the Torah, dripping like ballerinas, chiming off groins, buttocks, swallows, and snakes, all swirled in iced hallelujahs. At the end of her show, she steps forward, spreads out her arms, and proclaims, "I'm all yours, boys," and we're devouring her, the queen of desert and of sex, of doctors and of blindness, of mania, mummies and the stillborn, clouds swollen with light, Hispaniola, great big boats, fortified towns choked in smoke, a queen wrapped in bear's fur, staring down on us and down on us. We're devouring her and devouring her. And one last one. A scratch of blood's dribbling down your cheek as you lean back for leverage. We're crawling towards each other, like standing in the Colosseum, a tiny fish sliced open under a great big silver sky. There's no blood in us, moon's eyelash thin. I am hard, you're wet. There's no way out, but we don't stop trying. Thank you very much.